Hey guys, do you have a special occasion coming soon or just want to open that bottle of wine just to enjoy and relax? So here's some tips to store your bottles at home. So what we look for is the first thing is the temperature. The temperature is a primary factor that ensures your wine is ready to be served when you are. So red wine should be stored at a temperature of 55 degrees Fahrenheit. While some of us enjoy white wine should be stored at 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Do you like sparkling or champagne? That's another one as well that we like to store, and it should be stored at 34 degrees Fahrenheit. So, when wine is stored at room temperature, the quality of the wine can be negatively affected. Warmth on wine isn't great, as it causes the compounds to break down in the wine. The same thing happens when exposing your wine to light for extended periods of time. It also causes it to deteriorate faster. When storing wines at home, keep them away from heat sources such as direct sunlight and or appliances that produce heat like televisions or computers. Wine experts recommend using wine cellars because these units help maintain the right temperature and the control of humidity levels. They also provide extra protection from light compared with traditional cupboards. If you don't have a wine cellar, like most of us don't, you could convert a room in your basement into one, or use an unheated room in your basement as well. Just make sure that the room doesn't get too hot or too cold. Freezing causes expansion, which can crack the glass or pop the cork. Moisture. Moisture is another thing. The next thing to be aware is obviously moisture. If you're planning on storing your wine for a few years, you don't want the bottles to be exposed to too much humidity. This can lead to the cork becoming wet and eventually rotten. Ideally, the humidity level in your wine storage room should be around 70%. You can measure this by using a hygrometer. If your wine storage area is too humid, you put the corks at risk of mildew and spoilage. Another one is light. Wine also needs to be protected from light. Ultraviolet rays can cause wine to age prematurely and impact the flavor. This happens so often there is a term for it, which is light struck. Light struck. Because of this, it's the best to store your wine in a dark place like a closet or cellar. So positioning. For longer storage, make sure to store your wine on its side. This keeps the cork moist and prevents it from drying out and shrinking. If you're only storing wine for a short period of time, you can store it upright. But as stated before, make sure to keep it away from direct sunlight. Another one is timing. When you buy food, it tends to become with the best before date. Wines often have a time frame in which they will still taste best. If you're not sure when to drink your wine, read the label or ask your local sommelier. If you opened a bottle of red and only had half of a glass, you can save it up to 4 days by pouring the leftover into an airtight container, sealing it tightly, then storing it in a cool, dark place. What type of storage is best, you say? There are a few types of cabinets on the market, but most people find that a wine refrigerator is their best option. It can help control humidity and temperature, thus helping avoid common problems such as cork taint and premature oxidation. Once again, this is Valeria from the MV Real Estate team, here to give you more tips. Until next time, talk to you guys soon.